Welcome to Draft or Die. I'm making my very first commander deck out of this box and this box alone. Welcome to Draft or Die, the new series where I build a full commander deck using nothing but what I find inside these packs in this box. 3 packs at a time. No trades, no borrowing, no outside cards. The first legendary commander I pull is the one I have to stick with, and you guys can play and build alongside me in the comments. Here are the rules. Now, we can only use cards pulled from this play booster box. My commander is locked in the moment I open my first legendary creature. Viewers, that's you guys, get 1 swap token. If you don't like your first commander, you can switch once a better one shows up later in the series. When adding virtual cards to your build in the comments, they must also come from the Edge of Eternities play booster box in the video, but feel free to tell me what you would use if you could choose from other sets. Every episode I'll be adding whatever I pull into my own deck. Win or lose, we ride this build until it's done. Now let's crack that first pack. Now you may be thinking, Pixie, is this a voiceover? Well, yes it is. And I am Pixie from the future.
Great Scott.
Why? Because someone on my street decided to set a restaurant on fire. So the entire original audio was drowned out by fire engines going wee-woo, wee-woo.
Wee-woo, wee-woo, wee-woo.
So this is our first pack that we are opening. And look at that Thrumming Hive pull. Card for the sliver decks out there. I'd love a good sliver deck. I am that toxic. But it's fine because I also regularly played blue. So, I don't know, sue me I guess. Okay, so no legendary creature in this booster pack, but we did get some good cards that can hopefully build out our deck quite nicely whenever we get a legendary creature for our commander. Now obviously I have been here before. I have seen this video. I have filmed this video, and I am Pixie from the future. But I am not going to spoil this for you, and we're going to find out what this pack entails together, like I have some form of short-term memory loss, which honestly isn't far off, as I'm very forgetful. What cards do we have here? Sunstar Lightsmith, reading pool, fantastic card. And there he is, Alfariel Stone Chosen. I researched how to say his name and still ballsed it up. But this is our legendary creature. The one that is hopefully going to lead us into some very good battles. I'll go over his abilities later, but for now, just know I am feeling pretty hopeful about this. And if you want to run with him in your version of the deck, go for it. But remember, as a viewer, you've got a switch out token, so if something better comes along later in the box, you can swap it out. So let's open up our third and final booster pack for this episode of Draft or Die. Let's see if we get some other things and if I'm going to hate the fact that I got that legendary creature. Oh, there we go, Space Whale. Don't you know I love Space Whale? You can't hear me singing about Space Whales cause there's fire engines outside. I love that card. I'm going to have to build just a deck full of space creatures. That could also be sea creatures. And moving on, we have legendary creature human cleric Alfariel Dreaming Acolyte. So double Alfariel. This one's the Dreaming Acolyte one. Costs 1 generic, 1 blue and 1 black. Another commander option if you want to use your swap out token or wait to see if something better comes along. But for me, my commander is Alfariel Stone Chosen. Mono black 3/3 human cleric with ward and void. Ward means if anyone targets him, they have to discard a card at random or the spell does nothing. Void means if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn, or a card was warped when Alfariel attacks, the defending player loses half their life rounded up. That is so cool. Now to make this work with EOE only cards, we're looking for things like Arch Enemy's Charm, exile a creature pre-combat to trigger Void and clear a blocker. Its other modes are just extra value. Scrounge for Eternity sacks a creature to trigger a Void and get 1 back, and Beamsaw Prospector sacks artifacts for mana while still feeding Void. Pull those, they're straight in. If not, we're gonna have to get creative So stick with these synergies and you can turn Alfariel's attack into a massive life swing, or at least a hell of a show. And that's it for today's pulls. Alfariel is ready for war and the Void is hungry. Think you can build something better? Drop your pics in the comments and I'll see you next round. Toodles!